Where can I find the best real estate investments? The secret you don't think I was going to share with you? Nah, stay tuned. Promise you, it will be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Property. So glad you could join me here today. I'm going to share with you the secret on where to find the best real estate investment in Southern Ontario. But let me preface the answer with this. You make money in real estate by buying and holding. You don't sell. You play the game of Monopoly. For lack of a better term, you buy and you hoard everything possible, which is what I do. So when prices go up, rents generally also go up, and you can refinance that out because you get money out tax-free. Because when you refinance, it's considered a debt, there's no capital gains or it's not taxable income, so there's no tax on it. So if you understand that, you'll understand why real estate is so friggin' powerful, right? So it's the same principle that you see Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos under attack for, that they're using right now for not paying any taxes. It's the same thing. They put some of their personal Amazon and Tesla stock up and they borrow from it and they live off of that. And then when the price of Amazon and Tesla goes up, they borrow from it again, pay back the old loan, and they have a bigger loan because the price of their new stock has gone up, right? Because in the world where the cost to borrow is so low, this is so easy to do, and this is why it's so prevalent right now, especially with the 1.5 to 2% interest rate on mortgages right now on the real estate side. That's how it works in a nutshell, right? So here, where can you find the best investment? Drum roll. Anywhere in Golden Horseshoe in Southern Ontario. Yeah, seriously. You didn't expect that answer because look, everyone thinks there's magical area or magical neighborhoods that us realtors are keeping close to our chest and not telling you to get into and get massive price appreciation when it gentrifies or redevelops, right? So while that is true, that is the same dumb reason that bad realtors tell you buy in a certain area because it's gentrifying and being redeveloped, right? Or that the magic LRT was going to be finished 3 years ago. Yeah, shots fired at Eglinton LRT, right? So anyways, like the point here, what I'm trying to get at is while that information is good and you can definitely make money having that inside information, I still think it's a form of gambling because you can't personally control what happens in that area. This is why I see a lot of people who buy in areas and then when the project, like the big development, gets canceled, boom, they're underwater, right? That's why I always say, even if you're gonna gamble that way, I wanna see shovels in the ground before I talk about an area being gentrified. Because certain areas are always being talked about gentrified. Look at the Gardner, it's always talked about being torn down and built, right? Takes forever, right? So if this is the type of real estate content you enjoy, make sure to help us spread the knowledge out there by smashing that like button and subscribing to the Prime Toronto channel and sharing this video with family and friends. Because every week we talk about real estate content that matters the most to you, because all of this is because we want to be transparent and honest so that when you're like, oh, you know what, I'm ready to buy a home, ready to make a first investment, I'll be like, Zen, that guy, he knows what he's talking about, schedule a call with me, right, to strategize the future. So it's right on the screen. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Here's why I'm saying anywhere you buy in the Golden Horseshoe, you're generally gonna be okay, and why there's no magic secret sauce. I've been doing this for long enough that my first criteria for buying any investment property, especially if it's your first one, is that when you get keys, your tenants can cover the cost of your entire property. It should pay for itself. It's what we call cash flow positive. I can do that almost anywhere in Southern Ontario with the exception of Toronto for condos specifically. As long as the property has more than one unit, generally it's doable. Obviously, the closer to Union Station in Toronto it is, the higher the purchase price, but I can still make multiplexes in Toronto cash flow legally with $1.5 million, but not everyone is in that price point for investments, right? So if the property can satisfy the cash flow positive component, the next thing that I look for is what we call upside in real estate, okay? The upside is what we look for, but not what we pay for. Let me repeat that. This is so important. The upside is what we look for, not what we pay for. Because if you pay for it, there's no upside, right? So if you understand that if an area is gentrifying and there's upside, but you don't want to buy it just for that reason, you must satisfy the cash flow criteria so you can hold it to make sure that gentrification happens while you're holding it. So if I'm buying in the Golden Horseshoe and it cash flows, the upside is that there's no land in the Golden Horseshoe to build anymore. Look at the map over here. The Golden Horseshoe is flanked by Lake Ontario, that body of water, the blue thing, which you obviously can't build on unless technology changes. Then you have the green belt around it, which you also can't build on because it's landlocked. So there's little pockets left over in yellow, the only areas available left to build. And keep this in mind, this map is from 2017. Do you think they filled in some of those little yellow areas by now? Yeah, they definitely have, right? So the upside to buying in the Golden Horseshoe is there's no land to build, there's no supply, right? So therefore prices will go up. The only way for there to be more supply is to build up which generally means condo apartments, not freehold homes. Or if they would allow us to build like multi-units, like legal basements, which we've been doing for the past few years, or in the future, maybe potential garden suite or like coach house, whatever you want to call it, right? But that's in the future. This is why I've always recommended clients to grab land, because land is scarce in the Golden Horseshoe. That's the upside. There's no upside in condos right now because it's unlimited supply, right? Then if you understand each, geographic area, the pros and cons, the population, the growth, the jobs, the developments, all of those other things are great fundamentals to know about that area to help you kind of narrow down where you want to be. But all of it is secondary, maybe tertiary, to cash flow first, be in the Golden Horseshoe. The reason why I'm making this video is almost everyone I talk to overcomplicates real estate investing. They think that they need some magic sauce or magic area that we haven't told you about. You don't. Just follow the cash flow principles, buy in the Golden Horseshoe, hold it for 5 years, refinance your assets like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, and you're good to go. It's that simple. Now, obviously, I'm simplifying this for you, especially for anyone out there who's overanalyzing anything in the real, right? What I can promise you is the journey won't be easy. There 100% is going to be challenges along the way, but the financial reward for dealing with the BS that comes along with holding the assets like this for 5+ years is friggin' tremendous, right? So if you want to know where our clients and I are personally investing, you can book a call using the link on your screen right now. It's www.chatwithzen.com. Until next time, your move, your future. See ya. Now that you're done watching this one, how about this one? Oh, you know what? This one's good too. Ooh, this one's really good. You know what? Just watch them both.